Good. Let's turn off our cell phones. Powerful thing to reap what we sow. Because we're good people. We're good people. We do good things. We study. We learn more and more about ourselves. Think about this in terms of where we are and what we do. See, we can come to God and forgive them. Forgive them. You don't have to. You don't have to. Interesting. Now, I just took this apart because I'm like, I just took this apart because I'm like, she didn't give Adam any credit. Like I've got it, right? And I want you to write it down so you can let it, and I want you to write it down so you can let it go. Go. So don't hesitate when you know. So don't hesitate when you know that there's something that you believe if it he brought the firstborn animals of his herd, choice cuts of meat. All right? That we don't give us not always about money. Sometimes not always about money. Sometimes it's about time. Sometimes it's about doing something that you really don't want to do. And so it's with the spirit that we offer ourselves, that it's received. Yours is if you do well, won't you be accepted? Give the $100. And when I'm obedient to that, then there's probably 300 or 400 waiting for me. Colleagues, our co-workers, our ministers, right? Because they do. So I can't even hear it because of what I've done. I can't feel it. I've done. I can't feel it. God is a feeling. You can feel God in you. It's best. You'll be a homeless wanderer on earth in consciousness. Okay? Based on how we judge what we've done. My punishment is too much. I get to do that. I get to do that. I don't care what it is. That's why you see so many people in courtrooms, families, who manifest our real selves when we forgive in this body. We don't have to wait till the by and by. We manifest our real selves in this. He's also received the grace of God. He's also received the grace of God. And he's being fruitful and multiplying, right? Over and call you need to make. Just take a minute online. And write down the person's name that you need to call. We want spirit to move at all times because we want to move. We don't want to be stuck in one place talking about the same thing over and over and over again. Nobody wants to hear it. So if you're wondering why your phone's not ringing, that might be one of the reasons. Because every time You're complaining about the same thing, Henrietta. So catch yourself and say, wait a minute. What have I been doing? What have I been busy doing that hinders me? And allow the Spirit of God to reveal it to you. Allow it to come from within to reveal it to you. There was a time, and I was working with this lesson, there was a time I had a person who was helping me around the house and things, and I noticed that things started missing, right? Yeah, different things started to, and then I found out from one of my neighbors that this person was a drug user. And I did not know that. Interesting. And so I had to end the relationship, right? And it was interesting how I continued to pray for this person. I always held them in my prayers, but I was still upset, right? Because years I was looking for things and I couldn't find them, right? And I was like, oh, they were probably gone, and I would remember they were probably sold or whatever. And so the other day I heard that this person went to, was it Vegas? A cruise. They went on a cruise. And the cruise line decided that certain slot machines were going to be free for a certain period of time. And this person won $10,000. Right? Now, I'm just going to tell you the truth. My first response was not, oh, that's so good. My first response was, that leopard skin, so-and-so, my leather, so-and-so, and I said, Henrietta, can you be happy for them? Can you be happy for them? Took me a minute. Didn't take me a long minute, but it took me a minute because I had to catch myself, right? You still have some residue about that? No, you must be happy for them. You must absolutely be happy for them. You have to be, like you would be happy for anybody else. No, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters, but you be happy for her, right? And as soon as I caught myself, I got myself together, and I was like, thank you, God. Thank you. That is so wonderful. But it took me a minute. So let it take you a minute if it has to. But don't let yourself go down that rabbit hole. Because the next thing you'll be calling and saying, how much are you going to give me? Right? When God is the source of your supply, Henrietta. Right? God is the source of my supply. And so I'm just telling you certain things because I know they're just not happening to me. I know we are one, right? We are one. So let's finish this up. Adam slept with his wife again. She had a son whom she named Seth. She said, God has given me another child in place of Abel. And then Seth had a son whom he named Enosh. And that's when men and women began praying and worshiping in the name of God. All right? This is the family tree of the human race. When God created the human race, God made it God-like, with a nature akin to God. Get that? God created both male and female and blessed them, the whole human race. When Adam was 130, he had a son who was just like him, his very spirit and image, and named him Seth. After the birth of Seth, Adam lived another 800 years. Having more sons and daughters, Adam lived a total of 930 years, and he died. When Seth was 105 years old, he had Enosh. After Seth had Enosh, he lived another 807 years. Having more sons and daughters, Seth lived a total of 912 years, and he died. And you know that 365 days was not how they counted, how they counted years. I want you to take this lesson and I want you to read it. There are questions on the third sheet, and I want you to answer the questions. For those of you online, the questions are, what is the takeaway message from this lesson? What is the takeaway message from this lesson? Why is it important to continue to know the truth about yourself no matter what? I'm reading it twice for the people online. Why is it important to continue to know the truth about yourself no matter what? What is the Cain part of you? What is the Cain part of you? What is the Abel part of you? What is the Abel part of you? What tools have you prepared to keep yourself in alignment with God? What tools have you prepared to keep yourself in alignment with God? And the last question is, do you recognize when it's time to let go of your self-judgment? Do you recognize when it's time to let go of your self-judgment? And so it is. Thank you, thank you. Thank you all for being here this evening. Okay, we're going to take up our offering, and there are several ways that you can give. You can Cash App, $ECBL. That's Empowerment Center for Better Living. $ECBL for Cash App. Online, you can just go to empowerliving.org and hit the donate button. Empowerliving.org. Hit the donate button. You can mail, if you want to send a check, you can mail to Post Office Box 7426, Chicago, Illinois. Post Office Box 7426. Or you can use the mobile device to scan, or the QR code, all right, that you see online. Let's take our blessing together, our offering. Our offering. All right? I give freely from the rich, radiant, unlimited substance of God. As I give, it is immediately being replaced with even more. Thank you, God, for the millionfold increase. And so it is. And so it is. Good. Unlimited. For your reading pleasure, I have a book that will be here for purchase, and it's 23 possibilities of spiritual growth, right? There's a large size for people who like the larger one, and then there's a smaller one. And we can talk about that, after class. But I wanted to let you all know. It'll be in the bookstore at CUT, or you can get it from me on Tuesday or Thursday. There's a workshop that comes with it that walks you through the 23 days. So it's $30, okay? And there's a book. I'm the author. Yes, thank you for asking. All right. Take a deep breath and release. God, we thank you for this wonderful lesson. We thank you for each and every person, each and every family that's represented here. God, not our will, but thine be done. We want to stay in your flow. We align ourselves with you, God. Not our will, but your will be done in and through us. We thank you, God, for everything. And we know that the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And so it is. God bless you.